Hey everybody, we are here at the Contemporary Resort for the Highway in the Sky Dine Around. And what that is a very exclusive dinner that you can sign up for through Disney Dining. It takes you on the monorail. You go to all of the monorail resorts. It's kind of like a progressive dinner, but it has cocktails and wine, lots of food and appetizers. Our first stop is going to meet everybody at the Wave at the Contemporary. Then we'll be going to the Polynesian and the Grand Floridian, and then finally wrapping up at the Contemporary at the end of the night. So let's go ahead and get started and show you what the Highway in the Sky Dine Around looks like.
So in front of you, you are drinking a Discovery Island Fizz, but instead of cranberry, you have strawberry in it. And to make that, you make it with Hendrick's Saint Germain. You put in some lime juice and agave syrup, and then you top it off with soda water, and then you muddle inside strawberries and juice. So that's what you're drinking today from the Lake Lounge. Has anyone ever dined at the Wave with us?
Alright, so we've got pea soup, which doesn't look really great in this lighting, and strawberry cocktails. Oh, that's awesome. So we are getting off the monorail before anybody else does, which is awesome. Thank you. Oh my gosh. How awesome. Just for you. Right
Aloha, cousins!
Aloha!
Oh, I don't think we heard. Aloha, cousins! Aloha! There we go. Welcome. How's everyone doing this evening? Good. Good. Welcome to Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. My name is Suzanne. I'm one of the front of house leaders at Kona Cafe. How was your first stop? Good. Good. Well, this one's going to be better. You're here with me, so sit back and relax. Little history about the Polynesian. We were one of the first two resorts that opened up with the Magic Kingdom back in 1971. A little bit of bragging rights. We actually still have cast members working here today that helped open us up back in 1971. Yes. No, I'm not one of them though, but thank you. Really fun to say though. You don't see that too often in the real world or Disney World, someone staying that long. Really just shows what our spirit of aloha here is at the Polynesian, that they've chosen to spend their Disney journey with us here their whole time. One of those cast members is actually Auntie Cowie. She is our island greeter downstairs. She makes those fresh lays and welcomes all of our thousands of guests every day. She actually had the pleasure of working with Walt before he left us. Yeah, they met back in Hawaii when he was getting his vision for here. Brought her back over here to help us kind of open things up and get some ideas from each other. So if you've ever had the pleasure of meeting her, she's wonderful, she's fabulous, she has many, many stories to tell. But the main reason we're here this evening, what are we going to be eating, what are we going to be drinking? We're going to start you off with our version of a classic Mai Tai. And we have a nice little trio coming for you. We're going to have some roasted potatoes with some filet. And then we're going to have a tuna poke, and that's going to be a shrimp chip on top. And then we're going to have a piece of kampachi fish. That's going to be a white mild fish, and that's actually from Hawaii. And that's over a ginger cream soy sauce, which is delicious. If you're looking at your plates later, I'll turn the other way. Don't worry, I do the same thing. Delam is going to be your server this evening. Miss Yeka was your chef this evening. And now I'm going to turn you over to my friend to serenade you. Enjoy. Mahalo.
Aloha! Aloha! How many of you here been to Hawaii? Raise your hands. So once again, aloha! Aloha! Beautiful. That's Hawaii. Now from the island of Samoa, alofa! Aloha! We still have two. I want to go back.
Yeah, you can get these.
I want to be with all the time. Makes me happy. Makes me feel fine. Tiny bubble. end of time. So here's to the golden road, and here's to the silvery sea, but mostly here's a toast for you and for me.
I never did a chef our women were also very Resort and Spa. We're a flagship resort here on the Walt Disney World property. 1920s themed resort, Victorian style, thinking back to the 1920s of the West Palm Beach era here in Florida. We do feature live entertainment. You may have heard the Grand Floridian Society Orchestra finishing up their set as you walked in. They will play again as they alternate with our grand pianist on the ground floor, who will begin playing momentarily, so you can enjoy some entertainment while you're here. We also have 3 different signature restaurants. Our first is Narcoossee's. They're out by the water, overlooking the Magic Kingdom. We have Victoria & Albert's right inside of a rotunda here, and then of course, most importantly, Citrico's Restaurant. Tonight our chefs have prepared for you 2 popular dishes. We have our Florida red snapper and a very tender beef short rib for you this evening. With that, you'll have your choice of a red or a white wine. And if you have one of those white cards with you this evening, please ensure that you give that to your servers once you're seated. Once you're all set with your experience with us, you'll join your hostess right back out here, and we'll lead you down the stairs for the next stop on your adventure. So thank you for joining us this evening. We certainly hope to see you another time soon, and enjoy tonight. Thank you.
All right, so we are at our second stop on the Highway in the Sky Dine Around, and these badges actually give us access to kind of bypass security so that we can be on our way. They also show the servers that we are part of a special group where we are seated, and it's pretty fun to get on a monorail and only have your car empty and nobody else can get off. Quite honestly, that's really one of the perks of Highway in the Sky Dine Around. Again, we are at Citrico's. This is a sit-down menu. We are getting 2 entrees, and Polynesian so far has been kind of like 3 tasting little bits of entrees, and then a drink as well. At the Wave, we had pea soup and a drink, and then here at Citrico's, we have a meal and we have choice of wine. So let's get back to dinner and see what's going on.
Button, yes.
Lovely table of 2 right by the window.
Fabulous! Oh, look at that!
Oh, yes.
All right, so now we are in the Garden View Tea Room. This is after Citrico's. In Citrico's, we didn't have the full entree. It was just like a tasting of the red snapper and the beef short rib. And then in the Garden View Tea Room, we came down for a cheese and charcuterie plate board, and there is champagne as well. So the food just keeps on coming, and now we are heading back to Contemporary, and we will be having dessert and coffee and cordials there. At the end, after dessert, they send you off with chocolates. It's a pretty good evening. Pretty good.